loves, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are having a really great day. I just felt very refreshed today. I don't know, that it rained earlier and it was pretty hard, and it just kind of, I don't know, it was like a rebirth, if that's weird. But anyway, so I wanted to just sit down and talk with you guys, just a very relaxed video. To discuss something that I am very interested in. You can probably already tell by the title that I want to talk about tarot cards. I am learning tarot right now, and it is something that I have always been very into. My mom tried to read tarot when I was younger. She didn't really get into it fully, so it didn't really go anywhere for her. But as I've gotten older, I have found that I really have taken a liking to them. I've connected with my cards. And so I'm learning. I'm learning all of the, the different suits and the different meanings behind the cards. And I thought it would be fun to kind of learn with you guys, right? So I've been learning tarot for about 7.5 months now, and it's hard. It's not anything worth, any knowledge worth having. It's going to take time to get to, a level of expertise. And even then, you're not going to really, you always want to keep learning, basically. And tarot cards are so interpretive. Like they could have different meanings for just everyone. But I thought it'd be fun to just sit down and kind of go through the deck, with each card, not in this video because that would take forever, but maybe just like a series, going through the different cards of the tarot deck. And not necessarily doing readings, but if I pull a card and it applies to you, then that's awesome. And I hope that maybe someone out there gets something from this. And even if you're just learning like me, definitely share this journey with me. So just to kind of give you like a little background on tarot, in total, and I have notes because I'm learning. In total there are 78 cards, and they're broken into like two, I would say, different decks, right? You have major arcana and you have minor arcana. And there's 22 major arcana, and there are 56 minor. So as I'm learning, I have found that it is easier for me to get familiar with my deck by starting small. I did not start to read tarot with the entire deck because, that's a lot of cards. I've started just with the major arcana just so that I can get a better understanding and grasp of their meaning before moving on to the minor. Now I'm kind of working with the minor, but with the minor arcana cards, there's a more subtle meaning behind them. There's so many cards in the minor. There's 4 suits and there's 14 cards for each suit, right? You have like the wands, cups, swords, and the pentacles. So there's so many different meanings that you can take from the minor arcana cards, whereas the major arcana cards, those are like high impact cards. The meaning is a little bit more in your face. A lot of people, that are familiar with tarot, but not really familiar, maybe you have seen them in a movie, right? And usually in a movie, someone will get their tarot read and you'll see a major arcana card pulled. The first thing that comes to my mind would be like the Death card or like the Lovers card. Those are 2 really popular tarot cards for movies. And so I think the Death card in general is a very popular tarot card. Even people that don't know anything about tarot, don't really care about tarot, I'm pretty sure you're familiar with the Death card because that's a pretty like standout card in the deck. But anywho, so what I want to do is I've got my cards here with me. These cards are very special to me because they were gifted to me by my mom. These were the cards that she used when she was learning tarot when I was very young. And like I said, she didn't really take a liking to it, so she gifted them to me. So they're very special to me. Now, just as kind of like just a little tidbits or, whatever, I keep my tarot cards in this bag. I had it in a box, which was the box that they came in, but the cards have been around for a while. I was, I don't know, 9 when my mother gave me, or when my mom bought the cards. So the box was very worn down. So I got this little bag off of Amazon. It was like $7 just to keep my cards in. And I actually keep my cards when I'm not using them in a glass box with a piece of selenite, which is a crystal, in the box. Selenite is a very powerful crystal. It never needs charging. It never needs cleansing. You can charge crystals on it. I charge a lot of things on my selenite. It's like a slab of selenite. It's self-charging, and it charges other crystals, cleanses other crystals. And I put my tarot card in that box with the selenite just to keep the energies clear. And before I do a reading, I will, run it through some Palo Santo or some sage to kind of just give it a nice clean slate of the energies, because the tarot cards can take your energies. Now, if you're someone like me who found it, a little hard to connect with your cards, and I read this somewhere, if you, and I actually did this, if you sleep with them under your pillow, you know, for a couple of nights, you will start to connect with your cards. If there's a particular card in the deck that you just can't really understand, can't really grasp the meaning of, if you sleep with that card under your deck, you should get some kind of insight into the meaning behind that card. But again, you know, tarot is so, and it can be interpreted in so many different ways, you know, readings for everyone. So it's really your personal, I wouldn't say opinion, but it's your personal, it's what you take from it is what you're going to get from it, basically. Just a quick side note, there's a woman on YouTube that I absolutely love. Her name is Audrey Allison, and I watch her tarot readings every month. She does monthly horoscope readings. She's awesome. I love her. I would love to be on her level. You know, I get such, I feel very confident in her readings, and for me, they're accurate, and I always wait every month, you know, to watch them. I'm going to link her channel below if I can, if you guys are interested in getting your monthly reading for your particular astrological sign. She's really good, and I really love her so much, and, you know, I've obviously never met her, but I would love to get on her level one day. I think she's amazing. So what I want to do today is I want to just work with the major arcana, because like I said, I'm working with those mainly right now, and I'm going to shuffle them and I'm going to spread them. Usually I shuffle the cards and then I just take from the top, but you know, you can either do that or you can spread them and pull whichever one you feel, whichever one your intuition is guiding you to pick. I'm going to do that today. I think that's just a nice, you know, a different way to pull a card. I've never pulled a card that way. And what I'm going to do is I'll pull the card and then we'll just talk about the card. You know, we'll talk about the meaning that I have, just textbook meaning that I have for that card, and then maybe some other readings that I may get from it, you know, whether or not it applies to me or to someone else, and we're going to go from there. So I'm going to go ahead and shuffle these cards. I like to set a mood when I do my tarot. I have some incense burning, some patchouli incense burning. I have some crystals laid out. But I'm going to go ahead and shuffle. And what I'll say too is when you're shuffling your tarot deck, definitely not necessarily putting an intention into it, but put some kind of feeling into your cards of, if you're doing a personal reading or you want to maybe ask the card a question and be specific with your question. And if you're doing it for someone else, you know, usually that other person will shuffle the deck or cut the deck, and they'll put their intention or their question into the cards so that the cards know what they need to tell you, basically. And another thing is, tarot cards are not necessarily like fortune telling cards. Like, they're not really there for your future, because, you know, your future, it's not written. You can change your future at any point in your life. I feel like tarot cards are just kind of like a map of to where you're going, kind of. And if it can have a good or a bad meaning, it can say, okay, this is where your life is going. And if it's a good meaning, okay, that's great, you know, let me keep on this path. And if it's bad, okay, what do I need to do to fix this? And I feel that that's, you know, when you're reading with the full deck, you can kind of see what you can do to maybe fix your future. But I don't feel like your future's written. I feel like you can change your future. You know, the only thing that's solid is your past, right? That already happened. You can't change that. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to just shuffle these out. All right, and then I like to, after I shuffle them, just kind of split them up into 3 separate decks, and then, you know, place them on top of each other. And like I said, usually I'll pull from the top, but for the purpose of the video, I'm going to spread them and just see what card kind of talks to me. You know, if you're shuffling your cards and a particular card falls out of the deck, that's the card you want to go with, because that card is like screaming at you. It's like, hey, me. Okay, so actually this card is reading to me. So this is going to be the first card that we read, or we try to read in this video series, and let's see what we have. You guys, now for the purpose of the video, now this is reversed, and I will say this, and the fact that I pulled this card, it gives me, I'm just so, it's a good, I like its meaning. And for the purpose of what we're doing, I think it's so appropriate. But now I pulled it reversed. I'm going to, it's reversed to you, but for me it's not, right? But in your eyes it's reversed. For me it's not. I pulled the Magician card. Another thing is when you pull cards, you can pull them reverse or upright, you know, and they have different meanings. So you have to definitely look into that. But we're going to discuss the Magician card. This is actually the first card in the deck, which is so appropriate, right? Because this is the first video. Now, and I take it back. It's not the first card, but it's the first numbered card. The first card is the Fool. That doesn't have a number. That's, in the scheme of things, like, it's a journey that the Fool is taking, and so the Fool is the main card, so it doesn't have a number. The first actual card in the tarot deck is your Magician card. And the reason I say that I think it's just so appropriate for this video is because, and you know, these are the notes that I have, but it's a card for manifestation of goals, and he has a tool in his hand. So whenever I see the Magician card, this is my interpretation of it. There is something that I'm looking to do. There's a goal that I'm looking to meet, and I have the tools available to me to meet that goal. Whatever I'm working with right now is a good thing, and I know that sounds so like it's a good thing. But whatever tools I'm using to get to whatever goal I'm looking to attain, they're the right tools. I'm on the right path. For the Magician card, and I'm just going to read, you know, the basic notes on the Magician card. So beginnings, acting on one's will, initiations, energy, creativity, new projects. The universe mirrors each of our actions. Skill, logic, intellect when taking action, and manifestation of goals. Now, upright, and we're just going to discuss the upright meanings of the cards just for now. Skill, concentration, power, action. Positive conditions for success of a new endeavor, which is what I love. So if this, you know, speaks to you, that's awesome. And basically, if this speaks to you, it means that whatever you're doing now, whatever goal you have, you're on the right path. You have the right tools. You're using the right, you know, the things in your life that are there for you. Use them because they're what you need to get to where you need to be, basically. Okay, and that's what I take from the Magician card. Maybe you take the same thing from it. Maybe you're going through that right now. Maybe this speaks to you. I hope that it does. It definitely speaks to me right now. It gives me confidence in knowing that even just doing, you know, this channel. For me, this channel is fun, you know, and I like talking, and I like to sit down and have conversations. You know, I do hauls and everything, and that's just fun for me. It's not, I don't take it so seriously. It's just really fun. But I feel that I'm at a place in my life right now where, yes, I am on a path into new beginnings. I'm definitely using the tools that I have at you know, available to me to get there. And it gives me assurance that I'm on the right path. I'm doing the right things to get where I need to go. And so I hope that, you know, it's for the same for you guys, or one of you guys, or anyone, even if it just means something to one person. That's awesome. So yeah, that's the first card that we're pulling for this episode. And, you know, I'll come back and we'll do some more cards. I want to get through the entire major arcana, and then we'll get to the minor arcana. And then I think it would be fun to even, you know, like, if, let's say, like, next time I pull the Magician card again, I'll keep that out and I'll pull another card. And then we'll try to kind of, you know, read the meanings of both of those together, because when you're doing, you know, a reading for yourself or anyone else, you usually have a spread, and there's different types of spreads you can do with your readings. Right now, because I am learning, I do a 3-card spread, which is just a little bit easier when you're first learning tarot. But yeah, I think that was really fun. And I hope you guys come back to watch more of these videos. Definitely like this video if you like it, obviously. And, you know, subscribe to my channel. I'll definitely be doing more videos of this nature. And I really hope you guys have a great day. I hope that you have a great evening, great weekend, a great 4th of July. Enjoy time with your family. Your family is most important. And just be grateful for, you know, the fact that we wake up every morning and we're able to breathe and just live our life, right? I hope you guys have a great day. Bye, loves.